there's always these moments that we'll never forget in our lives, man. When 9/11 happened, when Obama was elected, we'll just remember certain moments. Even in our old age, when senility kicks in, we might forget what the hell we just did 10 minutes earlier. But we'll be able to tell our grandkids, oh, I remember such and such, and I remember where I was and what I was doing, and you know what I'm saying? We'll just remember these moments. But I'll never forget March 9th, 1997. I woke up that morning. I woke up around 10:30-ish or something like that. And this is before the internet. I mean, there was an internet, but it really wasn't anywhere near what it is now. Nothing. Not in the realm of what it is now. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we got our news. We got our news from looking at television. And I woke up and I turned the TV on, and I was flipping through, and I see Biggie rapping on MTV. Looked like the Spring Break joint they used to do. I don't know if MTV still does that or not. I guess so. I don't watch that channel anymore. But I was seeing something scrolling across the screen. So I put my glasses on and I looked, and it's saying rapper Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G., was shot and killed in Los Angeles last night. And what made that so hard to believe was it just it just was hard to believe, because I had just read an article. I believe it was in USA Today that Friday on Biggie, and he was talking about how he was going to change. He was starting to change his life. He was starting to grow up a little bit. I remember he got into a car accident about maybe 5 months before he died, or a couple months before he died. I don't remember the exact number. We hurt his leg or whatever, and he's saying that he was in the hospital room contemplating his life and how he needed to make a lot of changes. He considered that a sign from God or whatever. Maybe he needed to slow down or whatever, But the guy was only 24 years old, man. And I just think that his death, Tupac's death, two of the biggest losses in music history, man. I mean, at least Elvis made it to 42. And Elvis, his death was pretty much self-inflicted. You know what I'm saying? All those medications, the foods that he was eating. I mean, he did that to himself. These two guys didn't make it past 25. Biggie didn't make it to 25. And Biggie died reportedly with 5 songs still in his head that hadn't been recorded. He had memorized 5 songs that never were put to wax. Just to me, and I say this arguably, and I know that a lot of people are not going to agree with this, but I feel like Biggie, I've grown to accept Tupac as the greatest rapper of all time, but I still feel like Biggie was the greatest lyricist I ever heard, man. And that's just my personal opinion, you know what I mean? And Biggie's a person who I could identify with, being a large, dark-skinned black man. Maybe not exactly Shamar Moore when it comes to looks, you know what I'm saying? But he could be cocky, he could be arrogant, he could be brash. But he was someone who I could relate to more so than Tupac. I mean, I could relate to Pac in a lot of ways, but I could relate to Biggie more. And, you know, Biggie, as well as Nas, and 94, they're the ones that helped to bring back East Coast rap, bring New York back to relevance. And I made a video before the YouTube Nazis deleted my channel. I was saying how I think beef is whack as shit. And observing that East Coast, West Coast bullshit between those two, there's a lot of reasons why I said beef is just whack. Yeah, beef can be entertaining to a degree, but it's stupid. Because nobody wins, man. And I remember when Ready to Die came out, a classic, Warning, probably my favorite rap song of all time. Life After Death. I remember when that was announced that he was going to make that. And then, unfortunately, I think Biggie died something like 2 weeks before the song actually dropped. I mean, excuse me, before the album actually dropped. And a lot of people forget, man, how even after Biggie's death, man, 1997, man, Biggie was like a phenomenon. I mean, even after death, man, he was carrying Bad Boy. And from the grave, for a whole year, he was carrying Bad Boy. And then afterward, that's why you really don't hear about Bad Boy being talked about no more, man, because it really was Biggie, man. And, you know, the whole situation with the shooting, and I mean, if they really wanted to bring this guy to justice, they would, but they don't, you know, they don't care about a young black man, a talented black man who actually had talent, unlike some of these motherfuckers that's out here today being murdered. They don't give a fuck about them, man. Most of these people out here, they see Biggie as a thug just because he was a black man, particularly being a dark black man, a big black man. He's just a thug who had it coming. Some stupid shit like that. But remembering you, Biggie, Christopher Wallace, 15 years since we lost you. And you won't be forgotten, man.
They want to grab their guns and come and get ya. Bet your Biggie won't slip. I got the calico with the black talons loaded in the clip, so I can rip through the ligaments, put the fuckers in the bad predicament where all the foul niggas went. Touch my cheddar, feel my Beretta buck. When I'ma hit you with your motherfuckers, better duck. I bring pain, blood stains on what remains of his jacket. He had a gun, he should've packed it, cocked it. Extra clips in my pocket, so I can reload and explode on your asshole. I fuck around and get hardcore. C4 to your door, no beef, no more, nigga. Feel the rough, scandalous. The more weed smoke I puff, the more dangerous. I don't give a fuck about you or your weak crew. What you gonna do when Big Papa come for you? I'm not